Okay, so in this lesson, what we're going to learn is how to find the surface area of a cylinder. But before we do that, we need to identify what actually makes up what shapes make up a cylinder. So it's really clear that a cylinder has two circles, but what may not be quite as clear is this middle shape that wraps around is actually a rectangle. And it's just one giant rectangle. Now to prove that, I can actually show you that with a piece of paper. So obviously this is just a regular A4 piece of paper. And when you move it around, you can actually turn it into a cylinder, okay? So you can see that from this way, you can see that there is a circle at both ends, and then it looks like a cylinder. And then if we unwrap it, we're left with a rectangle. Now, the important thing to know is that this measurement here, the width of our rectangle is actually the same measurement as the circumference of the circle that is at the top, okay? So when we unroll it, this is the same as that. Whereas this measurement here, which we might call, say, the length of our rectangle, is the same as the height of the cylinder. Okay, so they're the features that you need to know. There are a lot of steps involved in finding this. The easiest step to start with is to find the area of the circle. So the formula that I'm going to use to find the area of the circle is pi times r squared, because that's the formula that you use to find the area of a circle. In this situation, our radius is 7, is 153.94 meters squared. Now remembering that we actually have two circles, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually double that value, and that's going to give me 307.88 meters squared. So I've found the area of both the circles. Now what I need to do is find the area of the rectangle, but I would use length times width. I know what one of my measurements is because that is going to be the height, but I don't know what this measurement is here. Now I already said that with this piece of paper, this measurement running this way is the same as the circumference of the circle. So what we actually need to do is find the circumference of the circle, which would be pi times diameter. Now the diameter is going to be 14 meters because it's twice the radius. I'm going to do that on my calculator. That's going to be 43.98. So that value is then going to be put into here. So I know it's going to be 10 times 43.98, which is going to be 439.80 meters squared. Now we haven't found the total surface area yet. So to find the total surface area, what we need to do is we need the area of both circles and the area of the rectangle. So it's going to be 307.88 plus 439.80. I'm going to do that on my calculator. 747.68 meters. So when we're finding the total surface area of a cylinder, we need to find the area of both circles, which is what we did here. We need to find the area of the rectangle that wraps around the outside. We can use the height of the cylinder for this, but then we also need to use the circumference of the circle, okay? So the circumference gives us the width of the circle, and the height can give us the length of the circle. Of the rectangle, sorry, and then we can multiply those together to get the area of the rectangle. So we get the circles, the rectangles, and we add them together to get the total surface area.